Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
And I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31. Dipped down to 38 overnight. A couple of drops of rain yesterday. Pretty nice morning out there.
Yes.
Low 40s. Also, Brent, it is International Caps Lock Day today.
Oh, type everything in caps today, huh?
Turn on the caps and let them fly.
All right.
Now, when everybody was first starting to text and email and do all that sort of thing, all caps was rude.
Oh.
It meant you being pushy or
I see.
rude. And I'm not sure if that's still the case these days. But today, you can leave it on. It's fine.
All right.
Even when they're not shouting through a text, they say it's like shouting when you do caps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So hit the caps lock button today.
You can.
Okay.
It's legal.
Wonderful. I can't believe they have a day designated
I can't either.
to type in with the caps lock button punched. Hey.
It's National Nut Day, too.
Oh.
But not about, being nutty. It's a study.
Oh, love those.
That found people who consume nuts a few times a week live up to 3 years longer than people who didn't.
Wow, that's good because I'm one of those people.
Me too. We have a little dish on the kitchen table, and
Yep.
man, have a conversation start eating, nuts. You look down, and most of them are gone.
They're I love the mixed nuts. I'll just say it, but man, they cost more than they used to.
They really are.
Back in the day.
They're kind of expensive.
A little bit.
Anything good, kind of expensive.
Yeah, I know.
I cannot believe this, but it is true. For you sports fans out there, the start of the NBA regular season today.
Oh my!
Can you believe that?
No. So I'll have to ask Jeremy this. He's our NBA guy.
Right.
I love the sport of basketball, but as far as the NBA, I don't really cover it till we get to the playoffs,
Right.
and then I kind of like to watch it. But will LeBron and Bronny play?
The son?
Yeah. Will they play tonight? Be on the court at the same time? I don't know. I don't know if
I don't know.
if his son made the big roster or not. I don't know any of that.
I'll
But
look
that
here
man,
and see.
that would be, it would be a first, right? In the NBA, father and son in a regular season game taking the court at the same time. That'd be kind of neat.
And it doesn't say here, so I can't answer that. Don't know. It is.
Maybe I was going to say maybe I'll Google, but I'll wait till Jeremy shows up.
Yeah.
He'll know.
Then you'll have a conversation about
Exactly.
it. Actually talk.
The way we used to do it.
Yeah. Just recently attended a wedding service in our family. Some of you may remember Jennifer Olson, my sister's oldest, and her oldest son and his lovely bride were married. And during the service, it was kind of brought up that as a couple, they've made a pact that they don't text each other. They actually call one another and talk. Isn't that nice? That's one of the rules.
That's wonderful.
And there's another rule that they had with the phone that they incorporated. And I thought, hey, that's a great idea. Actually talk to one another rather than text your significant other. Not a bad plan. We might try that. Joan texts me to correct me when I'm on the air.
Yeah.
Which she has to do about every day.
Me, when you're apart from one another, texting is fine, in my opinion. It's when you're sitting in the same room and still texting one another.
Well, no, that's pretty bad. That's the worst. But it happens.
It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen. Now, let's see here. I did get a buzz on my phone, make sure that... Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I do want to note, and we had it on the Facebook, and I guess I didn't put it on Facebook. It's on Sand Hills Express. That the school board meeting, the Broken Bow school board meeting scheduled for last night, was postponed due. They had too many folks that were ill, so they couldn't have a quorum. So they'll reschedule that. But just if you haven't heard the news here or checked out Sand Hills yet, that has been postponed, and they'll get that scheduled as soon as they can, as soon as everybody gets better, I suppose. Yeah. Excuse me. Very important impromptu conversation yesterday following the Custer County Economic Development meeting I attended.
Oh, yeah?
I happened to catch David Smith, the administrator of the city of Broken Bow,
Yeah.
and Stephanie, who heads up the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce,
Yes.
to ask them some questions about animal rules.
Oh, my.
And I am happy to announce that we're good to go on small animals.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of funny. I kind of understand it, but in the city limits of Broken Bow, and Dave says, I'll look this up for sure. You can look it up online, city ordinances. But he said, I'm pretty sure right now the maximum number of cats is 4 that you can have in your residence and around your residence. I don't know quite how you count cats because they kind of come and go as they please.
I was going to say.
But for you owning your own cats and feeding your own cats every day, 4 is the recommended number. And for when they have a litter of kittens, then I think you can have them around something like 6 months.
I see. Well,
okay.
Good to know.
The good news is chickens are okay. Ducks, no problem. Guineas, not a problem. Free-range chickens, A-okay. And Tulip, the donkey, would not be a violator if we brought Tulip in to your house for the animal show next to the Langels
You're not
going
to turn my backyard into a petting zoo. Sorry.
What's for the kids?
I understand that, and I love the kids. I wave to them lots of times when I pull into the driveway.
You waved, you said, kids, come over and see Tulip. And have the little donkey there. And I was thinking we might get some medication for Tulip.
For me?
Well, yeah, you might get some medication.
People have been saying that to me ever since I came back to the show with you.
Well, anyway,
yes,
there's enough latitude in the ordinances in Broken Bow for chickens and basically small animals, all the way up to you even see a horse within the city limits. But I don't think we can get a horse in that space there between the alley and your place. But the perfect little area there to build a little corral for some of the small animals for the kids at your place, and I will pay for the feed. But, I mean, this is official. I talked to the city administrator and the Chamber of Commerce right then and there. I just said, hey, could I ask you guys a couple questions? And they seem very excited about it. It would be almost a tourism tool if it really got popular at your place. Not just for the kids. People could come by and pet Tulip and look at the chickens. Maybe have a little deal of feed there, and they could feed the chickens, experience the farm life.
Do you get anything done around the house? Or do you just sit and just try to come up with ideas?
They just happen, Brent. I don't think them up. They just appear. I mean, it's what I would like to say is they're obvious needs that just bubble up.
But there are always ideas about what we can do at Brent's place.
Well,
you need to come up with ideas what you can do at your own house.
Ooh, here's the thing. I don't happen to have my house situated next to a daycare.
Well, you're right there. It's
but
like
I'm
you're
across
not even
the street.
a block
you don't want
away.
those kids crossing the street.
Well,
so you're right there. They just walk across the alley from the back door where they all go in and out. Every day they'd be able to look at little Tulip and some chickens and some ducks. Maybe a guinea, a donkey. Every day they'd have the experience of farm life when they went to their daycare. Be very educational for them. But I can't do it because my house is not next to the daycare.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Yes, please.
School lunch menus.
Okay.
Now, Tulip does, as I told you yesterday, according to Christy, gets nervous when she's moved from her home and gets diarrhea. But I was going to talk to a vet and see if they have some sort of a medication for that. Prairie Pioneer Center today. Italian sausage, casserole, and mixed veggies and fruit.
Sandhill School in Dunning, Philly steak and cheese sandwiches. Broccoli and cheese on the menu today at Sandhills.
Litchfield, shepherd's pie. That sounds real good.
SEM today, walking tacos at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
And Selma Myrna Public Schools, biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs, cheeseburger, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter.
Thetford School today, teriyaki chicken on the lunch menu at Thetford.
Loop City Schools, right where my good friend Brent, my neighbor, brother and son all in one, and co-host of the breakfast show, went to school.
Yes, that's where we're going tonight, actually.
All right, back home. Mexi Tots and chicken burritos today.
Ansley today, for lunch, chicken legs, mashed potatoes, and peas on the menu today at Ansley.
Galloway Schools, lasagna.
Broken Bow Middle and High School, biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs, cheeseburger, fresh-baked Italian turkey sub, grill station combo today, hot dog basket at Broken Bow.
At Arcadia today, it's barbecued meatballs, and I just realized we haven't called Drew yet.
Oh, man, yeah, that's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Gothenburg today, made fresh beef enchilada lasagna, grilled chicken sandwich, made fresh Hawaiian pizza, fresh-baked ham and cheese sub, and a pizza snackable at Gothenburg today.
Arnold Public Schools, tacos today.
And Cozad today, super nachos, popcorn chicken wrap, and sub bar at Cozad today.
Sargent, cream chicken with biscuits, mashed potatoes, fruit, peach crisp, and milk. And that's the school lunch menus today. Let's play the game real quick here, and then we'll get a hold of Drew.
Oh, no. I don't know if we have a question.
Oh, well, I have one.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm almost afraid to know what the question's going to be.
I think maybe I'll just save it for later because it'll go along with our conversation. Good. It'll be about small animals.
Wonderful. All right.
You know, small animals that make kids happy.
Yeah.
Let's get a hold of Drew.
Yeah, let's do.
We'll do that while you listen to this on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
yesterday, and I actually saw 2 camels, and I even took pictures of it. You wouldn't believe it. But
Really?
we've got camels in the sandhills.
Wow.
I can get you boys anything.
I bet you can. Oh, my goodness. Well, tell us what's going on at Burwell and Broken Bow Livestock Barns.
Okay, we had 2 big days last week. Had good weigh-up special in Broken Bow on Thursday. Had a really nice run of calves in Burwell on Friday. That market was really hot, and I'll kind of let you know what we did there. Thursday in Broken Bow on that weigh-up market, we called those cows about 2 or 3 higher. High-yielding cows was $1.33 to $1.51. Medium-type cows was $1.06 to $1.32.5. Those poorer, thinner cows was $1.03 to $1.05. And the heiferettes was $1.37.50 to $1.95. And in the bull market, we were $1.32 up to $1.60. Like I said, call that market about 2 higher, 2 to 3 higher there for the week. Got into the calf market there in Burwell on Friday. Had a great run of those calves, about 3,500 of them, all balling calves coming out of the sandhills, and had really good demand both in the seats and on the internet, and a lot of active buyers. In the steer division, we had some black steers that weighed 496, bring 353.50. Had some black steers that weighed 585 at 324. Had some black steers that weighed 486 at 350. Had some black steers that weighed 573 at 327. Had a load of black steers that weighed 596 at 314. Had some black steers at 464 at 350. Had some black steers at 518 at 331. In the heifer division, we had some black heifers that weighed 416 at 322.50. Had some black heifers that weighed 474 at 304. Had some black heifers that weighed 464 at 305. And had some black white face heifers, fancy kind 524 at 291 and a quarter. Had some black heifers that weighed 610 at 267. And had some black heifers that weighed 566 at 276. That's how we got along last week on the calf market. Called that calf market fully steady, 2 to 5 higher spots, and maybe even up to 10 higher on the real good end of them. This week, again, we got 2 big days back in Broken Bow and Burwell. We got weigh-up cows and a nice run of calves in Broken Bow, looking at about 2,000 head there Thursday. And then back on Friday, we got weigh-ups and looking at about another 2,500 head of calves in Burwell on Friday. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105. Come out and take a look. Got a lot of nice sales lining up for the rest of the month of March and into November. And this calf market's looking pretty strong. Like I said, give me a call, 308-872-1105. If you got any questions.
All right, Drew, thanks so much. And as you were giving the report, I was thinking about the possibility of leasing one of those camels for the animal show. Do you think that's possible?
It could be possible, I think.
All right. All right.
I don't know.
How far out in the sandhills did you see the... Well, if you were up in the Seneca area, you were in the hills, weren't you?
Well, I really had to rub my eyes because I wasn't sure what I was seeing at first. And it was early enough in the day that I knew it wasn't because of something else.
Are they the big full-grown camels?
Big full-grown camels. I took a picture. I'll have to send it to you.
Oh, that'd be cool. Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Wow, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, that is something. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, almost, think about the rolling sandhills. The camels would almost kind of fit in there, actually. Yeah. Fantastic. We're going to take a quick time out. Logan's here from Arrow Seed. He's our next guest.
It's fall now, but we know that seasons move fast in Nebraska. Prepare for the winter sports season at Geared for Sports. Whether you're a fan or an athlete, Scott is excited to announce they now carry apparel from Free Fly for both men and women. And if you're needing a new pair of running shoes, it's worth your time to check out the Mount to Coast brand. Of course, Husker Gear is all over inside as well. Open Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4. Geared for Sports on the Square in Broken Bow.
Wherever you find WorkSmart, you'll find producers saving money. WorkSmart is the innovative line of credit from Farm Credit Services of America. Along with its competitive interest rates and farmer-friendly terms, WorkSmart delivers interest savings, cashback dividends, and cash rewards, too. Add them all up, and the savings can be significant. Terms apply. Visit FCSAmerica.com and see how much you can save. Or call 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
You're waking up with The Breakfast Show. KCNI KBBN Radio.
I love it.
Logan is here from Arrow Seed. Good morning, Logan.
Morning.
How's things?
Good. Do you guys like October?
Yes, I do.
Love it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, great time of year.
It is. And we're getting, you guys are all decorated for Halloween. Getting towards that spooky season.
Yes, it is.
So I was watching last night some old research on, it was like Nat Geo or Discovery or whatever. And these researchers actually figured out that a ghost back in like the 1800s actually had children.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They were identical twins, but they're just paranormal kids.
Gulp.
We had your lovely wife in here a few days ago. I got to admit, her joke was better.
I know.
I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
You helped her with that, though, didn't you?
She ran it by me. Yeah.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Is this bad enough, Logan?
Sometimes when you just can't reach that goal, you just got to lower the bar, so it's easier to get over.
Oh, gosh. Happy belated birthday.
Well, thank you.
That was yesterday.
It was.
Man.
It was.
Well, October is a great time to celebrate a birthday, and one of those, and I love it because the leaves are changing and so forth. Yesterday I noticed, I actually took a picture down at City Park down in downtown Broken Bow. Beautiful trees down there. Right now the leaves are just about ready to go away, and they're really at the prime, aren't they?
Yes. Yep. And that also means guys are going to be starting to finish up harvesting.
Yep. I think they're getting along pretty well, aren't they? Yeah.
We've had, as much as I hate to say the whole no rain situation, it's made it a fairly smooth harvest season.
Yeah, and very dry corn.
Yep.
And grains and so forth. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's been running, other than a little dirty, I think.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of moisture would be nice to knock the dust down.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. And we'll still want to be careful because they're still moving from field to field, and trucks are moving corn and soybeans and so forth. But
yep. So cornfields are getting harvested, and that means cattle are moving on to stocks. So that naturally means that Arrow Seed is well stocked with fencing supplies.
And I would just speculate here that we had a good first half of the summer for grass, but not much moisture since July?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a little bit in August, but not
very much.
Not much.
So that probably might expedite the need to get those cattle off that grass.
Yep. Give those pastures a rest and let them recuperate. But we've got a special going on with our Gallagher stuff right now.
Okay.
That's Jason. He's doing a really good job keeping that stuff kind of topped off. And if we don't have something, he's usually putting an order in pretty quick to get it restocked.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got, I think it's 10% off on most all of our fencing supplies. We've got really, really, really good deal on half-mile rolls of wire, of the high tensile wire. We've also got like the 14 gauge. I wouldn't call it the high tensile, like the aluminum, what you'd put around corn stalks for kind of that temporary fence, and then all your insulators and posts and all that stuff.
Sounds like you're fully stocked and ready to go.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
Good. And yeah, we'll start seeing those cattle moving here very soon and fence going up. And I imagine even there are some repairs being made on existing fence out there.
Yep. And one thing that we see a lot this time of year is an influx of fencers coming in for repair. You get done with it in the spring and you just kind of forget about it until it's time to use it, and you go, huh.
Yeah.
Well, it worked when I put it away.
That's how that works. Yeah.
Yep.
So
we can troubleshoot those Gallagher energizers for you, and sometimes it just boils down to, well, it's gonna be cheaper in the long run to buy a new fencer versus putting a bunch of parts into this one, and you're gonna be over halfway to a new one.
And I would imagine there's some updates that would come in handy on some of those newer units as well.
Yep. So some of the higher powered ones, like I think it's a 2800. So it's a 28 joule fencer. So it's gonna be able to push that energy a long ways. But you can get an optional remote for them, and as long as you touch that remote on the fence, you can turn the fence on and off.
That would be handy.
And so, if you're 5 miles from your fencer or 6 miles from your fencer and you have that little remote, you can turn it on and off with that to, maybe you got a short somewhere, or you need to replace a post, or, a variety of different reasons you can shut it off.
Or maybe you're in between gates and you just don't want to take the risk of trying to step over it.
Yeah, that too.
That would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
And then just turn it right back on.
Yeah, and but it'll also give you the readout. If it's throwing a fault, it'll direct you to where that fault might be.
Save a lot of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we also sell is they're called a fault finder, or they used to be a smart fix from Gallagher. But how that works is it'll narrow down where that short is or where that fault is. So it takes a lot of the guesswork, out of it. If you go not very far from the fencer and it's kicking out, full output, then you go a couple miles down and it's not, there's a fault in between there somewhere, but that's a couple miles that it could be.
Mm-hmm.
This fault finder actually has an arrow that will point, if you're going along and it's pointing to the left, you keep going. If you get further down and it's pointing to the right, it's in between that area is where the fault is.
Very handy.
So,
right. So if you do have to replace, might be okay if it's going to cost more to fix it because you'll have those upgrades.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, and it's, like I said, 10% off right now. So that's pretty good deal in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah. That time of year where that's going to all come in very, very handy. And as you say, you bring up the fact that you put something on a shelf and you think, I'm going to take that in and have it worked on, and all of a sudden it's October, late October, and it's just kind of the way things go. You get busy, so get them in if you need them fixed, or maybe start looking to buy one. Right?
Yep, start looking to replace. And I always tell people to get the next size of fencer bigger than you think you might need. And the reason for that is if you expand or if you have some other areas you want to put it, you have that capability.
Yeah. And with Mother Nature, you might need some more area.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Okay. All right.
And one other thing to touch on with the fencing side of things is with it being so abnormally dry right now, you're probably going to be losing a little bit of effectiveness if you don't have a good grounding system. It's like, well, my fence isn't as hot as it should be. And we test your fencer, and your fencer tests fine. It's just so dry you can't get a good ground to complete that circuit. So either add some ground rods or pour a bunch of water around the existing ones you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you got to have a little moisture in that ground, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Logan, anything else?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Well, again, happy belated birthday. Did you have cake or?
No, I actually got a sick kid, so.
Oh. The parenthood responsibilities override birthdays, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Renee was home doctoring yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around, isn't there?
There is. It's like that time of year.
Yeah, and it's just getting started. We're afraid of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Arrow Seed and Broken Bow open 5.5 days a week. Give them a call. Check out their website. Stop in. They'll take care of you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On on KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. 2 weeks out, and our battleground tracker shows the presidential candidates tied. Kamala Harris issuing a warning about Donald Trump.
The consequences of him ever being in the White House again are brutally serious.
CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Former President Trump will be returning to North Carolina today, the second day in a row, a sign of how important that state is to him. About 1 million people in North Carolina have already voted.
In Israel, air raid sirens after Hezbollah launched a barrage of rockets in the central portion of the country hours before Secretary of State Blinken arrived for talks with Benjamin Netanyahu. Police near Seattle say a teenager's in custody after 2 adults and 3 younger teens were found shot to death at a home in Falls City. Neighbors stunned.
We've gotten to know some of the kids that unfortunately lived at the home, and, the younger kids especially, the sweetest children. It's unfathomable.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Change is so exciting. My husband, DJ Automatic, and I just moved into a new house. Everything is new and different, and we love it. Everything is also new and exciting with the all-new reimagined Nissan Kicks. From the design and styling to the performance and tech features, Kicks has been totally reimagined from the inside out. This city-sized crossover is ready to take on city life and have fun doing it. Head to NissanUSA.com to see it today.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
In Nebraska news, in a story released by KOLN, Lincoln Police and Lincoln Electrical Systems were called to 9th and G Streets after a 2-car crash resulted in a downed power line. An officer at the scene said while heading down 9th Street, one vehicle hit the other, causing it to collide with a street lamp and taking down a power line with it. LES said power was not affected to any of the buildings around the area, but 2 street lamps were out. LPD said at least 1 person was transported to the hospital. 9th Street has since been reopened, but crews remain on the scene cleaning it up. In other Nebraska news, in a story released by KOLN, 1 person was hospitalized after a stabbing in East Central Lincoln late on Monday night. Just after 11 p.m., Lincoln Police as well as Lincoln Fire and Rescue were called to a home near 55th and Wilshire on a report of someone who had been stabbed. LPD has not released any details about the incident, but several officers were both in the area and inside the home at the onset of their investigation. LFR transported at least 1 person from the scene to an area hospital, but it's unclear what the extent of their injuries are. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Week 7 in the NFL wrapped up with a Monday Night Football doubleheader. The first game in Tampa saw the Ravens outscore the Buccaneers for a 41-31 win. Baltimore was down 10-0 after the first quarter, but then scored the next 34 points. Tampa Bay tried a late comeback, scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but not enough. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson had a huge game with 5 touchdown passes. 2 went to tight end Mark Andrews, and running back Derrick Henry rushed for 169 yards and had 1 score. Ravens improved to 5-2 with the win. Buccaneers dropped to 4-3 with the loss. The late game was in Arizona, where the Cardinals edged the Chargers 17-15. Arizona kicker Chad Ryland hit a 32-yard field goal on the final play to win it. Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray had 2 touchdowns, a 44-yard run, as well as a short touchdown pass. And James Conner rushed for 101 yards and had 51 yards receiving. Arizona's 3-4 with the win. Chargers dropped to 3-3 with the loss.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Bright sunshine and foggy early today with daytime highs approaching 75. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected. Tonight, lows dip down to about 40. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 65. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. 43, clear skies. A light west wind, barometric pressure rising at 29.92, humidity at 93%. High yesterday was 68 with an overnight low of 38. Sunset today at 6:48. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock sharp. 0.10 precipitation measured so far this month with just a trace in the rain gauge this morning. A few sprinkles yesterday after 7 o'clock this morning, but nothing yesterday morning, but nothing measurable. 8:07. Our next guest is in the studio. Mr. Jeff Denson is here from Team Physical Therapy. He heads up the organization and goes all over the place to all your different locations and also takes care of patients here. You're a busy guy.
It has been busy. Yeah, we've had a great time.
Good. And you're kind of winding down the fall sports season. I know we were just talking about that here on the Breakfast Show, how fast it's went by. A lot of good contests, good volleyball matches, football games.
Yeah.
Cross country, all those things that you pay attention to.
Yeah. Congratulations to Brent on his 200th call.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's awesome.
I saw that, and that is amazing. First of all, that you can remember all the different games you did. There's some way you keep track, I assume, but
I just kind of started counting my first one. I'm glad you're in here because were you on the 93 team?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought because that was the first time I did a play-by-play broadcast. I was filling in for Tom.
That's a long time ago.
And it was it was Broken Bow and Holdridge. I had come back full time. I just graduated from college, and I filled in for Tom. And I thought I remember you and Custer was on that team, right? And I remembered Mitch Bartholomew and Justin Bowles, Bob's son. And I think you were seniors, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then Paul would have been on that team, wouldn't he? Yeah. So some of the names I remember when I did my first one. I'm happy to say that crazy. I don't believe that there is a copy of that game. Thank goodness, because I think
we didn't win it either. So
it was a little rough for Brent doing his first one. I remember being extremely nervous, but that's where it all started.
That's
and
crazy.
And now here we are, and when you add them all up, it was 200 the other night.
200 the other night. That's fantastic. And a lot of those with Coach Seibert.
Yes.
And then, of course, Kirk Crawley, you said 8 years.
We're in our Kirk and I are in our 8th season together, and I would have teamed up with Daryl in '96 was when we first started doing games together. And I don't know how many Daryl and I would have done together, but I bet it was around 100. I would think at least that I did with Daryl, if not a little bit more than that. So
going back to when you were senior in that team, you guys always look good in warm-ups. You always look really sharp.
Yes. Yeah, we got off the bus and looked good, but that was about it.
Which was kind of a mystery because you had a bunch of good athletes on there.
Yeah, it was just really good competition at the time.
A lot of good teams.
Yeah.
Southwest Conference football was really good.
Yeah, it was. The glory days.
The glory days. That's right. That's right. It's an important time of life for young people, and you realize that even more as you get older. That you have those memories of playing together and competing together. And, that's pretty important, and it's important what you guys do to make sure they stay healthy as they can while they do all this competition.
Yeah, so just making sure that they're not regretting injuries for the rest of their lives, which has happened in the past. So that's pretty amazing. I didn't know that you did that game.
Yes, that was my first one. I filled in for Tom. For some reason, Tom couldn't make it, and so they sent Brent. And, that was the first one I did.
Well, you know for sure that Bowles and Bernie were not going to do the football game.
No. Yes. You were both there.
Yeah, we were there to watch our kids.
That's right.
Yeah, Brent was up there in the crow's nest by himself. So I think it was Had Holdridge, if I remember right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of memories.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been that many, but if you add them all up. Now, I wasn't Now, if I would have been smart and wouldn't have left for a period of time, probably be over 300, I think.
It would be.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
How much?
Yeah, because I think we listened to almost every single archive of our boys' games the day after.
Yeah, I think I
were obviously there, and then
I think I did pretty much all of them for your boys.
We listened to the archives.
Jeff, how much has it changed as far as taking care of the athletes and the methods from then until what you're doing now?
Yeah, so I mean, basic injuries are still just, you treat them similarly. The advancement in orthopedic surgery is just phenomenal. I mean, an ACL reconstruction at that time, you were casted for up to 12 weeks. The knee never worked the same after, and now we're at running it at about 12 weeks.
Wow.
Man.
And usually starting to work into it about 10. So shoulder surgeries have just advanced. I mean, that's been an advancement in the last 15 years as far as reconstructing shoulders, rehabilitation, rotator cuff repairs. That's all, and just continues to evolve with kind of coming out of the major league level on down. Shoulders and elbows and what is being done there is pretty amazing in the last 20 years. So
would it be fair to say that the athletic competition is kind of like going to the moon with space, going out into space and all these products and advancements and technology advancements that come from that?
Oh, yeah.
Athletic competition rolls down to a farmer who pulls something getting into the combine.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. What I'm trying to say here.
Yeah. The advancements are just amazing what they can do orthopedic surgery wise. That I mean, some of it's still just for lack of a better term, carpentry on bones, but the advancements of ligament repairs and is just amazing. So
then comes the rehab where you really come in on that.
Yeah.
And in some cases, for folks who are getting replacements and are not athletes, the preparation for the surgery.
Yeah, prior to the surgery is having them the best range of motion and strength that you can have prior to surgery creates the better results. And but for athletes, it's getting them to the right place, and we're getting some amazing results. So,
well, I think you guys do a great job in a lot of different areas. People are having more knee replacements, more hip replacements, more shoulder replacements later in life. Some cases not so late in life. But the rehab part of it is so important. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and it gets just getting people back to out of a daily pain and back to a normal function is pretty awesome to watch on a daily basis. So.
Well, we've been bouncing around here a little bit. You've got some notes. Is there
I just wanted to wish the volleyball teams that are going to go into sub-districts on Monday good luck. I know we have some teams that should do well locally. D1 and D2 playoffs start Thursday, so that's exciting for those teams, and hopefully advance some teams around.
Oh, yeah, and we should. We've got some. We're blessed.
Yeah.
We have some great area teams to cover, and we always do each and every year.
Yep.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, a testament to coaching, I think, in the area.
Agreed.
Yep.
Coaching, booster clubs, all of that, fans, and PT guys.
Well, preparation is good. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's also time to start thinking about the sedentary months that we slip into. You have any recommendations for us to keep a little bit more active through, maybe through exercise and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's just really important to just maintain 3 to 5 days a week of it just can be minimal exercise program. It's going to keep your body in better shape and decrease your pain level. I mean, because you're up and moving and not getting stiff and tighter and so even just maintaining a walking program is wonderful.
Okay.
Just to keep in shape. And
Are you a fan of the resistance, the straps, and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's part of what you guys do.
Yep.
I suppose people could do that at home if they wanted to.
Yep. Yeah, even just free weight exercises is, especially for osteoporosis and prevention of bone loss, is really important. So, especially if you have females that are a small frame, that are going to be at risk later in life, doing resistance exercises is amazing as far as prevention of bone loss.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question about the past, going back further than when you were playing football. Maybe you use this method, but I'm old enough to have been under the instruction of Coach Russell, Mark Russell Field. And he was big back then on isometrics, which was kind of the early resistance thing. And during gym class, we would all go through, he had isometrics exercises they went through. And it was basically having a guy hold your arms and you resisting against that. So that was kind of the early version, wasn't it?
Of strengthening stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we still use that now for shoulder exercises. Just it initiates muscle function without movement. And so post-op rotator cuff repair, we'll be doing just shoulder isometrics, just light little motions, trying to get the muscles to function without movement, putting it not at risk for tearing anything. And we'll start that in the first 4 weeks. So it still has use.
Still has use. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that could be done at home as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, any resistance too. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Works really well.
All right. Brent, you have any questions? Or do you guys want to talk sports? Or
Oh, boy. Well, I do have a question. It's not necessarily related to physical therapy, but you're a big Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Yes.
And how in the world are you guys still undefeated? How do you keep finding a way to win games?
We haven't even started to play good football yet.
Man, no,
just wait
you
till
haven't.
That happens. Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Wait till that happens. It's going to be awesome.
I don't know how you guys keep winning.
Well,
of course, number 5.
First, and then
us non-Chiefs fans always say that it's the referees, but number 15 on your team don't hurt.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you've been getting some breaks.
Yes.
But like you say, they'll
create your own breaks most of the time in life.
I guess so. Well, there's a lot of fans that are backing you up on this, Jeff, around here. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a World Series coming up for some people. We'll enjoy watching that.
Yeah, Dodgers and Yankees. Man, star-studded.
It should be fun.
Lineups. Wow. Yeah, it should be fun.
I would enjoy my wife's going to be mad at me, but she I don't know there's anything that she likes less than the New York Yankees. So
she's a Red Sox fan, so I get it.
So if we're going to watch...
So she's a Dodgers fan this year.
She'll be rooting for them, but it's almost violent. When the game is going, and it's kind of scary, Jeff.
Well, they're pretty good this year, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's a whole nother aspect to the game when you have a Yankees hater like that.
You have a prediction for the World Series?
No. I don't. I mean, I think it's going to be high scoring.
I think so. Yeah, there will be at least a game or two that could be high scoring. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of guys on both teams that can knock it out of the park.
Oh,
that's
man.
for sure. Yeah.
Yankees pitching's probably better. That's the problem.
Yeah. Starting pitching for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
But no prediction.
No. Okay. I'm cheering for the Dodgers. So.
All right. Well, that'll make Mr. Crawley happy.
Yep. Mr. Borders.
Yes.
Other people.
Oh, yeah, Mike.
My son, Max.
Max is a
Dodgers fan, too. Yep.
Really? I would have had him for more like a Red Soxer, but
I think Mike Borders converted him early.
Oh, yeah, he was influenced
really
at an early age. Jeff, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Team Physical Therapy, locations in Broken Bow,
Callaway, Burwell, and Gothenburg.
And you have your website going up, and if they need any information from there, and when you can, you'll accept walk-ins at those locations.
Oh, yeah. Okay?
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll take this time out with these words.
The music to get your day started right.
I listen every morning.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Every weekend in October, acres and acres of pure fear await you in Neenaka Woods. Savage Jack's Trail of Terror and the demons of the underworld corn maze. Plus monster eats, the hellfire jack-o'-lanterns, axe throwing, and so much more. Neenaka Woods in Gibbon, open every weekend in October. Discount coupons at Pump and Pantry. Get your tickets now at neenakawoods.com. What waits in the woods?
Simply put, AgriBest Feeds in Callaway has the ranching supplies you need and are looking for. Like Sweet Pro Tubs with Probiotin that helps cattle perform better while consuming up to 25% less forage. They also have Redmond Mineral Salt, AeroQuip chutes, and portable tub alley systems, plus vet supplies, pet and poultry feed, and dry shod boots. Sometimes the ATV or UTV is the way you want to go. They have drive-through gates ideal for the farm, ranch, hunting, lease, and more. For fencing, barbed wire, posts, and more, visit AgriBest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
What better place to have a Halloween party than an oasis in the middle of Nebraska? Yes, that's Henry's Bar in Callaway. Saturday the 26th, crawl into your creative costumes and slide over to Henry's. Cash prizes will be awarded to the best costumes around 11, and you can belt out your favorite songs from 9 until the casket closes with karaoke. Join the creepy crawly Halloween fun with spooky drinks at Henry's Bar in Callaway, Saturday the 26th. Follow them on Facebook at Henry's Callaway, Nebraska.
823. Love small market radio and love knowing all the folks in your hometown. And you can have a guest in who was a high school student back in 1993 who played on the football team.
Mm-hmm.
Went off to school, came back, purchased team physical therapy with several locations and I don't know how many employees. And that story is the one we want to hear more often.
Yes.
You know, young people getting their education here, making all those memories here, going and fine-tuning their education and come back and put it to work in our community. That's a pretty cool story.
Come back and raise their family here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff Denson, our guest from Team Physical Therapy, talking about the old days.
$7 on 1-gallon jugs, it's even easier to prevent damage to drains and water lines. It's Fire Prevention Month. Go to Ace Hardware and browse their selection of smoke detectors and fire extinguishers. RT Ace Hardware, your locally owned hardware connection in Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Andrew from Pearson Physical Therapy. Did you know we offer dry needling? Have you heard of it? Are you curious if it might be right for you? It often gets compared to acupuncture, but there are definitely many differences. Our goals in therapy are often pain reduction and improved mobility, and that's just what dry needling is all about. Come talk to us, and we can see if it's right for you. 872-5800, or stop by and see us on West Highway 2.
At Echo Financial in Arnold, they believe that sometimes all you need is someone to help show you the way. It is certainly true with finances and insurance. Whether you're starting in your career or are preparing for the retirement of your dreams, Echo is there to listen, understand, and help guide your financial journey. She invites your questions and offers complimentary consultations for your retirement and legacy planning. Echo Financial offers asset management and financial planning with a heartbeat. Visit echofinancialllc.com or call 308-848-2244 to book your appointment today. Advisory services are offered through Echo Financial LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Nebraska. Insurance products and services are offered through Echo Financial and Echo Pelster Insurance LLC affiliated companies.
It's 8:30. You're dialed in to KCNI KBBN Radio. Good morning to Steve Shipe, who says good morning from Bennington, Nebraska. And also Juan Silva, wishing us a good Tuesday broadcast. Thank you very much. And good morning to Mark Stock with Big Iron Auction Company, who is on the line live with us right now. Mark, how are you doing?
Oh, I tell you what, I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
We are having a good day because it's October, harvest is rolling, the leaves are nice and colorful, and just makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It does. I'm a fall weather guy. We haven't had much fall weather because it's been too doggone hot. But I've always liked the change of seasons, and the cooler mornings makes it brisk. And, this morning I'm sitting in Columbus, Nebraska, and it's pretty foggy here. And so I think that's going to be around for another hour or two before the sun starts to burn up and get it all disappearing. But, fall's a great time. We got the Halloween season coming around the corner. And then, of course, Thanksgiving not very far away. And, of course, we got a lot of football and volleyball, and that's always fun. And school, you get all those teams competing against their next town team. But it's all in good spirit and fun. And those those are some of the best times of the year. And thank you very much for asking how we enjoy every day, and today is just going to be another good day.
Sounds great. I know you guys have been so busy with all the different types of auction items you have. Tell us what's going on, Mark.
Well, we have got a couple properties selling today. In fact, there's some real estate selling with our sister company, Sullivan Auctioneers in Illinois today. 80 acres will sell at 10 o'clock. And then also at 10 o'clock, we have some property in Pettis County, Missouri. That's by Sedalia, Missouri. That's where the Missouri State Fair is at, in the town of Sedalia. It's about an hour and a half east of Kansas City and a little bit south off the interstate. But the Judith Bradford Estate has got 34 acres with a really nice home on it, and that's going to sell today. And then we also have 1,438 acres. Yes, that's 1,438 acres selling in Harper County, Oklahoma. It'll sell in two different tracts for James and Lucinda Coprider. It's their living trust, and they want to get their property sold, so we'll facilitate that sale. And then at 1 o'clock today, we have some red Angus first calf A-eyed bred heifers that will sell coming out of Gordon, Nebraska, I believe it is. So if you're looking for some A-eyed red Angus heifers, please check out Big Iron at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And then tomorrow we've got another nice big sale, folks, of over 800 items from 106 different sellers, and they're from across the Midwest. If you're looking for any type of machinery, any type of construction equipment, if you're looking for some trucks, some trailers, if you're looking for some shop items, please check out this sale tomorrow. In fact, there is a mechanic shop in Canton, Kansas that is selling everything from their welders and their presses and their battery chargers and their wrenches. That'll be selling tomorrow. Plus, we have the Larry Skidla sale over by Newport, Nebraska. They have some livestock feeding equipment, an Oliver 1800 tractor with a loader. They've got a John Deere 3010 tractor with a loader and a grapple fork. They've got a John Deere 4020. So this is a nice little sale that's taking place north of Broken Bow up here by Newport, Nebraska, and that auction is tomorrow on the Big Iron website. Tim Bohr is facilitating that particular sale. And then we also have an estate sale that will take place tomorrow. It's the Donald Morgenstern Estate in Hoisington, Kansas, and they've got some big equipment, some big versatile four-wheel drive tractors, 2 Gleaner combines, one's an R66, one's an R65. They have a 2019 JCB compact track loader. It's the one-arm bandit that you see all the time. That's the JCB brand. They also have a Holcomb 800 series pull-type scraper that was selling, a Fetrol seed cleaner. It's one of the later model ones. They have a Challenger MT 555E mechanical front tractor with a big loader bucket. They've got Agco draper heads and corn heads that are selling, some pull-type sprayers, some nice trucks selling on the sale as well. That'll all take place tomorrow. Plus, they have a John Deere 9100 four-wheel drive tractor as well. So check all those items out. Once again, a nice sale tomorrow on Big Iron with over 800 items on our weekly Wednesday sale. And I just want to talk a little bit about a phone call that I received yesterday morning from a guy who has hired us to do his sale here in 2025. He said, guys, I've been doing some research, and he says, I'm choosing Big Iron to sell my machinery because I don't want to take the risk. And I said, please explain what you're talking about. He says, well, there is so many options out there now because the machinery market ran up in the last couple of years. So there's a lot of people that jumped into this space. But he says, I'm going to use Big Iron because you've been here for a long time. In fact, we started our business in 1984, so we're celebrating 40 years this year. But he says, I don't want to take the risk of hiring somebody that is just getting in when this economy is where it's at right now. We've got low commodity prices for our corn and our beans. We've got higher interest rates than what we're used to. And farm income is going to be down a little bit. So I need a place to sell my equipment where the reach is more than just a couple thousand registered bidders. And I said, well, yes, we're well over 700,000 on our way to 800,000 registered bidders right now. And he says, yes, I've heard that. His rep told him that information. And that's why he's making the decision to use Big Iron, because he said it's just not worth the risk. So I want to thank him for that great tell on how people use whatever rational thinking they have when making that decision to sell their farm machinery or to sell their farm land. And if you would like more information on how Big Iron can help you, please pick up the phone and call us. And we're scheduling auctions in December now, which is usually a large month to sell machinery. And we're also scheduling auctions like this gentleman. His sale is going to be in March of 2025. And if you want to get your machinery listed and sold, whether it's one item or a complete retirement sale, it starts with that phone call. And our number here is 402-564-3369. Or we have a toll-free number as well, which is 800-937-3558.
Fantastic story, Mark. Nearly 800,000 subscribers that can check your auctions every day from where you started 40 years ago. Fantastic story.
Well, thank you guys very much. You're helping us spread the word because we get up every morning and try to see how many people we can help today, and that's our goal, is to help people do something that they can't do effectively and efficiently themselves, and that's the way we train our reps, and we enjoy what we do, and we want to thank you guys and your radio station for helping us get the word out.
Well, we love the partnership, Mark. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Mark Stock, Big Iron Auction Company, pioneers in digital auctions, and that's a testimony right there, I think, that verifies that. Good to have you folks along. We have guests coming in to talk, I believe, about the Custer Christian School. They're having a ribbon cutting tomorrow. They're joining the Chamber of Commerce here in Broken Bow, and I'm sure we'll talk about some other things as well. And we'll be hearing from the Callaway District Hospital in the 9 o'clock hour as Jeremy Scheib is headed over to Callaway with Christy to set up for that. And they just kind of update us on what is going on at the Callaway District Hospital. They are an award-winning hospital. And maybe they'll talk about that a little bit. I hope they do. If they don't, we'll ask.
Mm-hmm.
That's all coming up here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We'll take a quick time out, get our guests in the studio from the Christian School right after these words.
Attention Medicare recipients. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here from October 15th to December 7th. Plus, healthcare open enrollment starts November 1st. If you're turning 65 and need to prepare for Medicare or are over 65 and are curious about changes that might impact your coverage, now is the time to review your options. For expert advice and personalized help, contact Carrie Hurlbert. She'll help you navigate the changes and find the right plan for you. Call today to schedule your appointment at 308-202-0076. Don't wait. Reach out to Carrie Hurlbert at 202-0076 to get scheduled.
Farmers National Company invites you to an open house Saturday, October 26th from 1 to 3 p.m. This property will sell at a land auction November 15th, located at 41972 Highway 40, Callaway, Nebraska, or 4.5 miles west of Callaway on Highway 40. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an unattached, oversized 2-car garage. Don't miss this open house Saturday from 1 to 3. Contact Jim Eberly at Farmers National at 308-870-1785. For more information and to register to bid, go to farmersnational.com.
Simple process, tough processor. That's the Vermeer BPX 9010 bale processor summed up in 4 words. But if you need the full story, how about the ability to accurately spread bedding up to 50 feet? Or create a consistent and tidy windrow of crop along your bunk line? With 10 different settings, you control the pace of your processing speed, material size, and more. Heck, even Goldilocks didn't get that many options. Stop out at Power Solutions to see why the Vermeer BPX 9010 bale processor is just right for you. 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2 or call 872-5522.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women, but with early detection, the 5-year survival rate is 99%. Early detection is key here at Melham Medical Center. We have 3D mammography that helps find up to 60% of breast cancer sooner than 2D. In 2024, an estimated 310,720 women and 2,800 men will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. Chances are, you know at least one person who has been personally affected by breast cancer. Melham Medical Center is proud to continue to partner with you to inspire healthy living through quality care.
It's time for Sunday Fun Day at Shotgun Annie's in Callaway. Bring your best potted chili and compete in the chili cook-off starting at noon. Strategize. There will be prizes for both the very best overall and the hottest chili. Results will be announced at 6. Make sure you're there for the afternoon show. Local favorite BJ Jameson is back to perform. Even if you want to keep your chili recipe a secret and not compete, head to Shotgun Annie's in Callaway to eat and enjoy time with great friends and awesome music this Sunday.
8:41, you're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this terrific Tuesday fall morning, and our guests are in the studio from the Custer Christian School. We should say, too, that this time is being paid for by Clang Financial. So thank you, James and the gang, for doing that. Ben, I'll let you start while I reorganize over here.
Okay. Taylor and Lloyd are with us. Good morning to you both. How are you?
Great.
Well, Taylor, here we are. We're in October, and the Custer Christian School is in its first year. Classes have begun. Give us an update on how things are going.
You know, I tell people all the time, it's, you know, we used to be just janitors and painters and lawn care people. I can't tell you how many times I mowed the yard. I even had people text me and ask me if they needed to mow it for us, depending on how long we took getting it mowed. But now it's a regular school. I mean, we are having regular school board meetings now, and it's great to see the kids in there every morning. And my daughters, they're already practicing their Christmas songs for the Christmas concert because she comes home singing. I'm not sure if she knows the words, but she sings something Christmas related, and it's been really good. So.
Well, I know. So, like you said, so much preparation to get it going. This has to be the reward of that, right? I mean, being able to see it in session now.
Yeah, you know, I'm not an overly emotional person by nature, but We had for our open house, for the people who didn't come, the band from the Broken Bow Berean Church came and played and did live music during our open house and meal. And they were practicing the night before, and I got to just walk through the hallway, and I sent a video to every one of the board members, and it was just a very surreal feeling. You know what I mean? To look back at what that building looked like when we bought it, and then to have all the rooms done and everything painted and the desks set up and the signage up and the music in the gym. And I just sat on the stairs for a minute because it was just very emotional to see from what it came from to it, actually being a school at that point.
I was able to attend your open house.
Yeah.
And it had been a very long time since I had been in the Custer school. And it was, boy, you guys did do a lot of work. It's amazing at what just a coat of paint can do.
Yeah.
You know, man, you had everything looking so nice
for
the start of the year.
I believe, it's Kirkpatrick that does the floor cleaning?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to give them a huge shout. I mean, they worked overtime. They said it's the worst floor they'd ever seen in their life. Like, we took him pizza one day for lunch because we felt so bad. But, just to see the floor in the gym, we didn't know it was white. We thought it was gray. And so just to see it stripped back and that kind of stuff, it's amazing what cleaning and paint, as you said, will do. So.
Being at your open house, since you kind of brought it up, so many people attended, and I think that shows the community support that you have received for this project, and I'm sure you're both very appreciative of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And just so many people even whose kids aren't even, school age yet, but are going to be in a couple years, and they live in that part of town, and they just wanted to come in and see what the school looked like, and that was great, too, to be able to start doing more of those community outreach events. In fact, in December 6th, it's a Friday night, we're going to show the movie Star in the gym. It's a Christmas movie, and it's just a free movie for the community to bring their families in. Bring your own chairs or beanbags or blankets, whatever you want to use to sit in the gym, and we're going to have popcorn and hot chocolate, and we're excited to get to do more events like that and open it up and use the building for other things.
Yeah. Speaking of events, I think that tomorrow you're going to have a ribbon cutting, correct?
Yeah.
For the Custer Christian School. Tell everybody about that.
We are. Lloyd can probably answer some more.
At 10 o'clock, the chamber's going to be there, and we're going to do a ribbon cutting. I'm sure we're going to do a few tours. We haven't worked out all those details yet, but we're excited to have everybody come over and do that, and everybody's invited to come.
Yeah. Lloyd, you brought us a little card, and I think this was one of the topics you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
It's called 30 Days of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, what we're going to do is the month of November, 30 days of November, we're focused on two areas, areas of thanks and of giving. We have so much to be thankful for. So what we've done is divided everything that we wanted to be thankful for over the 30 days. And so we're going to do a social media post, etc., each day of what we're thankful for. And then we also got 30 sponsors during November where they're going to give away a $30 gift certificate, at least $30, to something, to the businesses here in town. And so anybody that likes or shares the post that we had the thanks on, or goes to our website and signs up, it actually goes into a drawing for the daily prize. So we're going to be giving away 30 different prizes. And then we're also focused on the giving, of course, and that's something that we really work on is the donations. We have $150,000 in matching commitments already. And so what we're going to do is try to raise another $150,000. Everybody that donates during the month of November will actually go into a grand prize drawing of $333.33. If you see any theme there, we're focusing on three a lot. And so we're very excited to see what happens. The media posts, or social media posts, will actually try to get our message out to more people. So we're excited about doing that.
I know that you have worked with other Christian schools,
Correct.
I believe, in the past when
Yes.
it comes to fundraising and everything. Can you talk a little bit about this, working with Custer Christian School compared to maybe some others and how it's went for Custer Christian School?
It's been a little different because people aren't, I think we need to prove ourselves a little bit.
Sure.
For people to actually invite me in to talk to them about donating. That part's been a little hard. I think the fundraising side of it's going to be easier than what it's been over in the other places. What we've done in the past is a one-day online giving. And so when I found out the foundation wasn't going to do that here in Broken Bow this year, I wanted to make sure we did something. So that's why we're doing it over 30 days. We're going to see what happens there. But I just think it's going to give us a chance to, communicate with people, reach out, bring in more people. We did a large mailing, so more people know about it. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
But the fundraising has been a little difficult as far as the personal touch, but the fundraising events have gone well.
Yeah. So if anyone has any questions, I know that we're into this school year, Taylor, but maybe someone has a youngster who's going to be school age very soon. Never too early to reach out and find out more, is it?
The biggest thing that I think we maybe didn't communicate super well at the beginning is that we have a scholarship fund sitting there. We have people who have already donated money who want to pay for kids to go to school here. And, in fact, we have, 5 scholarships sitting there if somebody wanted to come late semester, come in January this year. So those funds are sitting there. People are excited about it. It's just a matter of, having the people reach out and apply for them.
Yeah.
And so that's just one thing that, I don't know if we communicated super great at the beginning. But no, anybody who's interested, if you want to come in and meet the teachers, if you want to learn about the curriculum, if you want to see, any of those types of things, definitely schedule a call, come in, meet the teachers. We'd love to do any of those kinds of things.
One thing I'd like to add on the scholarships, that's continuing to grow that fund. More and more people that I do talk to that are wanting to do that. So it'll continue to grow.
Okay, great news. If you're just tuning in, visiting with Custer Christian School, this time paid for by Klang Financial. Ribbon cutting tomorw, right?
Correct. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at the school.
All right, and everybody's welcome.
Yep, everybody's welcome. The more the merrier.
All right. Now let's see. The preschool is there too, right?
Yes.
How is that going?
Yeah. No, my daughter's in the preschool.
Yeah.
And she loves it. It's been really good. We've been able to do a lot more things because we now have a specific art teacher. We have a music teacher. We have a PE teacher as well. And so it's been amazing. Tammy and Desiree are still there, and they are rock stars.
Yep.
But I think it's great because they have, these other people who help too as well. And the preschoolers are going to be involved in the Christmas concert. So they're excited about that. And they come home every day with their different letters that they're learning or their numbers. And so, it's really enjoyable. The thing that I love is we were reading a book because the preschoolers get to rent books from the library now, so they think they're hot stuff. And so my daughter brings her library book home, and it was like the 12 Days of Christmas, and it was a story every day. And we opened up the book, and it was about like Adam and Eve and the story about the apples. And she recited the whole story to me, that I didn't even have to tell her about it. She just recited to me about what she learned, and she was like, she's like, that's when Eve was naughty. And I was like, Eve was naughty, And so, but that's the whole point of this, right? Yeah. Is for us to build a foundation in these kids for these Christian beliefs. And so I just love that, I for now will ever know that Eve was naughty.
That's great. Great story. I'm glad that you brought up your staff. That was going to be another one of my questions. Just talk a little bit about, maybe more about your staff. How many do you have on staff?
Yep.
And maybe even how a few of them came to be a part of your staff.
Yeah, so we have Desiree and Tammy. They are our preschool teachers. Tammy's our head preschool teacher. They were actually preschool teachers at Little Lights originally, and they came with the transition. We have Mary and Raymart, who are actually husband and wife. Mary is our kindergarten teacher, and Raymart is our everything. We couldn't do this school without him. He does our social media, and he's creating videos and doing content, but he's also the PE and music teacher as well. And then we have Cindy Holmes, who is our art teacher. And so she was the art teacher and sergeant for years. She loves it. Bradley came home from art class and told me all about how she gets to wear a different shirt and glasses for art class. So she thinks that that's great.
Yeah.
So no, we have that. And then obviously Gordon Goodman is our principal, who we didn't know what we didn't know until we got Gordon. I stress Gordon out. Like, let's be real. I stress him out a lot. Like, I'm a big picture dreamer, and Gordon is like, I'm going to need some details on that, please. So I stress him out on a regular basis, but it's good for him, I think. And he's really made it possible because he knows everything that's going on. And then Katie is our secretary. Mm-hmm. And so we are very blessed that way. In fact, the Nebraska Department of Education came out in September and did a review. Once the school gets up and going, they do a review again. Mm-hmm. And he said that he's never seen a school that's come together as well as our school has.
Oh, that's great.
And so that's been really exciting, just to get their stamp of approval on the school.
Yeah, wonderful. Maybe Dave has a question or two.
I just have a couple, I guess, maybe one that can cover. And either one of you can answer this. I think you both might want to contribute to it. I had the feeling when this all started, Taylor, that a lot of us envisioned, the school getting started, and you would have K through, I think eventually you were looking for K through 6. Mm-hmm. And then I think when you got it going, you didn't have that. But I wonder about the future, because it seems to me, and what you could probably address this, how it evolves and develops over a period of time. I know there was excitement when it started, as there should be, and the kids that are going to school now there, if they stay, it could evolve into K through 6. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, what we found out during the recruiting process was it was hard to get kids that already had friends in the school that they were attending to make that switch. And so we realized that we were going to start smaller with the kindergarten and the preschool and work our way up each year. So our goal is to work it up each year. We just need to continue to get the word out of what we're doing, the quality education that we do have, and we just work with that. One of the things that's been very difficult in the past, as you mentioned, I've been to other schools. I could tell success stories of what alumni have done, what they're doing, etc. I have that no history right now. We're building that history one day at a time right now. And as we continue to build that, those stories are going to come about. I know that for a fact, because after 17 years of doing this, I can see how it changes lives. And so that's what we're going to continue to build on. We're started at, what'd you say, 28 students, whatever that is. I really envision 5 years we could be pushing 50 or more and have full grades coming up. So
yeah, I that's why I asked, because I think, Taylor, there was a lot of excitement, but you just mentioned that you've been looked over by the authorities, and they said this is really working great.
Yeah.
Maybe starting out at this size was really a gift.
A blessing.
Yeah, we opened it up at the beginning because we didn't really want to put a restriction on it. We didn't know how it was going to go. But we've taken a lot of advice from several of the schools. I mean, all of the Christian schools in Nebraska have been extremely supportive, but especially Legacy and Holdridge. They just started, I think they're 2 years ahead of us.
Yes.
And they started this same way too. They started with just a couple of grades, and then they've added to it each year. And what that does is it allows you to really hone in your staff, hone in your process. You know what I mean? By all standards, we would have, as a staff, liked to have taken 2 years to get this off the ground, but we already owned the building and this stuff, so it ended up becoming about 9 months from the start of this process till the school opened.
Way too fast.
Really, really fast. But because of that, I think just starting out smaller and being able to really hone that in and figure that out and then grow as the kids grow ended up being a blessing. And so I'm excited to see, we'll have a first and second grade teacher next year, because our teachers will be teaching 2 grades past kindergarten. So it'll be open through first and second next year, and each year hopefully we grow every year, kind of thing.
To add to that, I think it's very important to work on that quality. It's not just about quantity, it's quality. If you're going to impact kids' lives forever, you want to make sure that you're doing it right.
Yeah. And Taylor, just think, as you add classes through the years, how much more you can bug your administrator.
Yeah, stress out Mr. Goodman.
Oh man, it's a daily thing for me. Like he's like, you need an itinerary. We have a board meeting tonight. I need an itinerary. So, it's just a dreamer and a detailed person trying to work together. So
that's why it works.
That's a great balance.
It's a good balance. Yeah, I don't know if he always thinks it's a great balance, but
well, we've known him a long time. Just keep pouring it on.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Anything else you guys want to add before we let you go?
One thing I would add, as far as on the donation side of it, there's a lot of tax beneficial donations that people can make. We actually received our first gift of grain. Actually got the check in the mail today. 630 bushels of soybeans. So there's different ways that you can do things that are actually tax beneficial too. So it's one thing we stressed on the card when we mailed it out also. So
wonderful. And again, ribbon cutting tomorrow, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Are you ready to score big with your finances? Well, at Bruning Bank, we have the perfect opportunity for you. With our Premier Checking account, you get paid interest for doing things you do monthly anyway. Even if you don't check all of the boxes for that month, interest is still earned. Earn better interest than a traditional savings account and still be able to use your money. Are you interested in making the switch? Visit or call us at our Broken Bow location or visit bruningbank.com to learn more. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
Lashley Land & Recreational Brokers is proud to be servicing the Custer County area, and currently land is moving at a high rate of speed. So if you are considering selling your land, now is the time, or get an opinion of what your land might be worth. Call me, John Farley, at 308-530-7854, or check me out at lashleyland.com.
Gear up now for the Agland ATV Surplus Auction closing November 1st by Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Bid now on 62 Polaris Rangers and ATVs. We have a great variety of units ranging from 2023 to 2016. There's North Star editions, crew cabs, trail bosses, snowplow units, and more. Find the right unit for you on this November 1st no reserve auction for Agland ATV. Come check them out in person at our auction yard near Kearney. There's no reserves and no buyer fees. Bid now at marshallbid.com.
Barney Pharmacy in Broken Bow is hosting several flu shot clinics in the upcoming weeks. No appointment is necessary. Bring your insurance card if you have one. Clinics are 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on each day. Stop by Barney Pharmacy today or Friday to get your flu shot. They hope to see you there. Flu shot clinics at Barney Pharmacy in downtown Broken Bow, helping to keep everyone healthy.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Secretary of State Blinken is in Israel meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu in hopes of reigniting Gaza ceasefire talks after last week's killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. The BBC's Jonah Fisher.
I think any idea that this visit by Anthony Blinken might pave the way for a ceasefire, or that we're a few steps before that might be realistic.
Blinken arrived hours after Hezbollah launched a missile attack on an Israeli military base near Tel Aviv. 2 weeks to go, and the presidential candidates have no time to waste. CBS's Jared Hill.
Today, Trump courts Latino voters in Florida before heading back to North Carolina for a rally. Harris is off the campaign trail, but her media blitz continues.
She has 2 TV interviews. A school police officer in Akron, Ohio, has been placed on leave after video shows him decking a student. Mayor Shamus Malik.
One of the officers punches the student in the head several times. I found the video upsetting.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the fresh start Start initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Week 7 in the NFL wrapped up with a Monday Night Football doubleheader. The first game in Tampa saw the Ravens outscore the Buccaneers for a 41-31 win. Baltimore was down 10-0 after the first quarter, but then scored the next 34 points. Tampa Bay tried a late comeback, scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but not enough. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson had a huge game with 5 touchdown passes. 2 went to tight end Mark Andrews, and running back Derrick Henry rushed for 169 yards and had 1 score. Ravens improved to 5-2 with the win. Buccaneers dropped to 4-3 with the loss. The late game was in Arizona, where the Cardinals edged the Chargers 17-15. Arizona kicker Chad Ryland hit a 32-yard field goal on the final play to win it. Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray had 2 touchdowns, a 44-yard run, as well as a short touchdown pass. And James Conner rushed for 101 yards and had 51 yards receiving. Arizona's 3-4 with the win. Chargers dropped to 3-3 with the loss.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Bright sunshine and foggy early today with daytime highs approaching 75. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected. Tonight, lows dip down to about 40. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 65. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
The Tumbleweed Cafe is not the Tumbleweed Cafe of 10 years ago. If you haven't already, swing through the drive-thru with ready-to-go meals or call ahead. Of course, daily specials and a Sunday buffet as well. They're excited to announce that Tumbleweed's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill is officially open. Head to the west side of the Tumbleweed 7 days a week from 5 to 10 p.m. and later on Broken Bow game nights. Nightly specials, delicious sports bar food, and drinks await. The Tumbleweed Cafe and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill in Broken Bow.
Happy Halloween from your friends at the Grocery Cart. Save on certified Angus beef rump roast, $6.48 a pound. And Oscar Mayer Fun Pack Lunchables are 2 for $5. Start your day with Nestle Coffee Mate Creamers, 2 for $7. For a quick meal, Red Baron pizzas are 3 for $11. Best Choice red potatoes in a 5-pound bag are $2.98. And warm up with Swiss Miss Cocoa Mix, 2 for $5. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Thank you very much. 9:05, 46 degrees under a sunny sky. Winds are light out of the southwest right now. Barometric pressure still rising at 29.95. Humidity at 89%. And again, just a trace of precipitation in the rain gauge this morning from a few sprinkles yesterday after 7 a.m. Brent Apperson is here. Enjoyed the interview with the Custer Christian School, Brent. And again, that ribbon cutting is tomorrow morning at the school at 10 a.m., correct?
I believe so, yes.
All right. Everyone is welcome. If you're curious about what the school looks like, you want to know more about it, that's one of the reasons you have a ribbon cutting. And they also just joined the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce. So also, we're hooked up and looks like ready to go from Callaway, from the Callaway District Hospital. They're going to update us on activities there in just a moment or two. Before that, I think we have a couple of items of interest we might pass along.
Yeah, these are a couple of job opportunities we want to make sure you're aware of. Again, we encourage you to check out sandhillsexpress.com. Go to the employment page, and you'll find all of the details. But Power Solutions is hiring. Do you have a passion for diesel engines? Are you great with people and thrive in a fast-paced environment? Well, Power Solutions is looking for a parts manager to join their energetic and growing team full-time. They offer competitive salary based on experience, paid time off, employee discounts on parts and services. It would be a Monday through Friday schedule. They say no weekends. That's a bonus. And a fun and dynamic work environment. So if you have a love for diesel engines, for mere ag, and a talent for helping customers, they would love to hear from you. Send your resume to this email. It's office.com powersolution@gmail.com. You can also call them at 308-872-5522. Also, the Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Ansley. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, and a work-life balance, as well as a comprehensive benefits package. To find out more and to apply, you need to go to this website because an online state application must be completed. So go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
All right, thank you very much. It's 9:08, and we are going to roll the dice.
Okay.
I've not heard in queue, because I haven't had it in queue very much, whether the guys are ready or not. So this is live radio.
I love this.
So we're going to be taking a 30-second break, hearing from Gateway Motors, where the man who runs that has a popcorn problem, but we'll talk about that at another time. And we're going to take a 30-second break and then intro Jeremy and hope he's ready to go.
That sounds good to me.
If he's not, we have some Charlie Crockett lined up.
There you go.
30 seconds, we'll be back.
Breast cancer claims the lives of about 40,000 American women each year. It's important to find breast cancer when it's still in its early treatable stage. If you are 20 or older, it's a good idea to do regular breast self-examinations. You should also get clinical exams, breast exams performed by a doctor or a nurse every 3 years until age 40, at which point you should get a yearly exam.
During October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a portion of every purchase at Gateway Motors supports Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow.
9:09, let's go to Callaway and see what Jeremy Shipe is up to. Jeremy?
All right, thank you very much, Dave. Yes, we are in Callaway. We are at the Callaway District Hospital. And before we get too far into our talk, I just want to set up the room. It's setting the stage in Radio Land for everybody. I want to just go around the room and have everybody introduce yourselves, talk about what you do here at the hospital, and then we'll jump into our conversation, all right? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Cassie Penn, COO here at Callaway District Hospital.
I'm Dawn Meyer. I'm an X-ray tech, and I also do mammo, CT, bone density, ultrasounds.
And I'm Susie Jorgensen, and I am in radiology also, and I do mammos, CTs, X-rays, ultrasounds, but we're here today to talk about mammograms.
Okay, great, and we'll jump right into that. You both have a lot of pieces of paper in front of you, so we have plenty to talk about. But we'll start by talking. Did you want to talk about the recent recognition a little bit?
Yes, we recently were recognized by the National Rural Health Association as a top 20 critical access hospital for patient satisfaction. Brett Eggleston, CEO, and myself went to Kansas City and received the award. We were recognized for patient satisfaction among about 1,400 rural hospitals across the United States. And so it's just really a recognition for our staff, and just shows how much our staff goes above and beyond for our patients. Our patients really gave us glowing recognitions for patient satisfaction. And I believe this is the 4th year in a row that we've received this award. So
that's what I was going to say. This has become a regular thing, which I know you've got to be excited about.
Yes. And there were, I believe, 3 or 4 other Nebraska hospitals that had received similar awards for patient satisfaction, even overall hospital awards. So there are some other things that we want to look at. There's also a quality award. So we're going to try to look at what are some things that we can do to try to strive for, maybe looking at trying to get the quality award also. So we're going to kind of set some goals and see what we can do to get that quality award too for future plans for us.
I know a lot of people listening out there work in many different industries, but when you can be recognized for something that you work really, really hard at every single day. It feels good, but also it feels exciting that you kind of have that, you're being given that nod for that hard work that you're putting in for your patients and your customers. And to do it several years in a row, that's really exciting as well, for sure.
Yes, it is. And I think it's a difficult, and when you look, I've been in healthcare for 20 years, and patient satisfaction is something that hospitals look at, all the time. And I think patient satisfaction is one of the more difficult ones to try to keep high and to achieve. So for Callaway District Hospital to achieve that 4 years in a row, it's just an awesome achievement. So.
Because it kind of goes without saying, when people visit the hospital, they're in all kinds of different situations, right? And the last thing maybe they're thinking about is how satisfied they were with their situation when they are leaving. So you're overcoming that as well, and that says even more about the type of work that you're in and the kind of work that your staff is doing. So big congratulations to the entire staff. It's certainly something achieved by everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you. We have great staff.
Okay. All right. Should we talk to these two about all of the pieces of paper they've got in front of them? Who wants to start, Susie or Dawn?
Susie.
Okay, Susie, you've been volunteered.
It's October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is, and thank you for the pink pen. And you're wearing a pink shirt.
You
get a closet full of those. You have 31 of those in your closet at home.
Close.
Okay, good.
Every year we do have a Pink Out Day here in Callaway, and the hospital staff and the clinic staff, we do buy new T-shirts every year and have a Pink Out Day. Our Pink Out Day was last Friday. The bosses were gone, so we had a really good day. We had cookies, and we went around town and invited the town businesses to also wear pink. We took pictures of the area businesses, and we took pictures of the staff here with all our pink on. We ate all day, we played trivia all day, and so we had a good day. So here's your trivia question for the day.
Okay.
Can men get breast cancer?
Yes.
Very good.
Okay. And the pink, I know that's obviously the color for the month. And from your perspective, you can't get enough pink in front of people's eyes, because we as humans, we need to be told something so many times before we go and do it or we remember. And the idea behind the pink is to go in and see you two so that you can detect breast cancer early.
Pink is the reminder of the importance of getting a mammogram and seeing your provider. Mammograms are kind of the gold standard to detect breast cancer. We've had a 3D mammography machine here in the Callaway District Hospital since 2016. And so we'd like to encourage everyone to talk to their provider, come and see us, get a mammogram done. The American Cancer Society has recommendations. Do you want to share some of them, Dawn?
Sure. Women between 40 and 44 have the option of starting the mammogram. Women's between 45 and 54, we recommend yearly mammograms. Women older than 55 and older can switch from a mammogram every other year, or they can continue to choose yearly. And also, screening mammograms should continue as long as women are in good health and expect to live longer than 10 years.
Okay. And I know that the suggestions are just kind of a blanket suggestion, right? They're not universal. The big thing that comes into it is family history as well. I know that you probably recommend a lot more regular, or once you get to the higher part of those age groups that we're given, even though the blanket suggestion is every other year, if you have family history, keep going every single year, right?
And you can talk to your provider and decide what's best for you. But there also is a breast cancer personal risk score for breast cancer online now. And you can go to breastcancerrisktool.com www.cancer.gov, and it takes you about 5 minutes to complete it, and it will give you a percentage of your personal breast cancer risk. And then we'd like you to take that number back to your provider and talk about what is best for you. Because there's also ultrasounds, there's also MRIs that we can do, but usually we start with that mammogram.
It's amazing the tools that are available these days that you can utilize before you even walk in through the door. And I know that you as providers appreciate that because you have more to go on before they even come through the door before you start those examinations, right?
Very true.
Okay, great. So
We have,
get your mammography.
We have Dr. Loper here, Dr. Williams here, Dr. Swoboda here, and Tessa Keeney is also on providers here at the hospital. Tessa's a PA for us. And then we have a Julie Brower that comes in. She's a nurse practitioner that comes and fills in for us a lot.
Great, awesome.
So we have a great staff.
And I know that the idea is to have everybody, you probably get a lot of calls during the month of October, right? For people wanting to come in and get a mammogram. But the idea is to raise awareness so that maybe you make that call and get it scheduled, even if you're only 6 months in, you get it scheduled for that next year as well. You're probably scheduling them out quite a ways, right?
We do, but we also like to get in those last minute. If you think about it, and wanted that next week, that next day, that 2 days now, we also will work with that patient and try to get them in when they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And if you come in October, we give them a gift.
Oh, okay. Great.
October's a great month.
Yeah, it is.
And we do more mammograms in October usually.
Yeah. Do you have a rough number on how many you think you do? Or is that hard to guess?
We only do around 200, 250 a year here. And our average is 2 to 3. We usually find 2 to 3 breast cancers every year. Larger facilities would have larger numbers.
Sure.
They would do more patients and they'd find more breast cancer. But
well, I know you said only, but I hear 200 some, and that's at least one every other day or more. So that's important. It'd be really great to see that number go up, right? Do one every day. Why not, right?
That's why you're here.
Okay, all right. We'll get that number up and hope that more people give a call and come through the door to get them scheduled. The numbers surrounding breast cancer are shocking when you really dive deep into them, but you really only have to touch the surface to know that early detection is the key. The really high number, it's like 99 some percent, right? Is the survival rate during early detection or something like that, right? I did a scary thing. I cited a number without, but it's a higher number.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
Early detection is
Best
definitely
protection.
saves lives. And so we like to get those ladies in here either yearly, every other year, whatever is best for them.
Well, and I know that there, another thing that maybe you had on your list to talk about today is self-examinations. I know that you maybe have information that you can give folks so that they can do that on their own. And I know that has resulted in people coming through the door as well.
We have plenty of pamphlets, handouts that we would love to give people.
Okay, great. Other things that we haven't touched on when it comes to mammogram?
Breast cancers, there are statistics out now that it is turning to the younger generation also. So we don't really, the younger people need to think about it also. It's not just an old lady disease or an older gentleman disease.
Mm-hmm.
It is, we're finding it younger people all the time.
And that comes down to things kind of moving and, changing over the years, and also comes down to that family history thing, right?
Yes.
Maybe consider going in a little bit earlier if you have a family history of it as
Correct.
well. That's important.
Correct.
Now, things are always changing, and who knows, maybe we'll see that suggestion on age go down about 5 years or something. Maybe you're onto something.
And I've been here a long time. I've seen a lot of changes in my career. We used to be on X-ray film, and now it's all digital. And then from digital we went to 3D, and 3D's the latest and greatest, and so who knows what's next. But it'll be soon.
Yeah, I don't know what would be next, but it's got to be pretty fancy, whatever it is, to go outside of 3D. All very good information. And again, if people want to stop in and pick up some information or learn more, they can just call or stop in, right?
Be glad to have you.
Okay, great. Now, we talked about, obviously, the number one thing for October in getting your breast exams, but what else do we want to talk about? I know you two are busy all the time. Got some other things going on? The anything else question. It's a tough one. But,
yeah, it is. X-ray week is coming up in 2 weeks. We celebrate all of radiology in November. And so we showcase the whole department in 2 weeks, and that includes everything from CTs to ultrasounds to X-rays to mammograms to bone densities, and so it's another day to party.
Oh yeah, there you go. And
receive gifts from administration.
Yeah, no, there you go. Well,
hint, hint.
It seems like you're celebrating all kinds of stuff as we approach the later half of the year, and I think that's exciting because, you know, you're several months into the year. It's been busy. I know that there's always a hustle and a bustle about a hospital, and it's exciting for good reasons because you're helping people, and I know that's really fulfilling for you.
It's a good place to work. We enjoy our jobs. Glad
Great.
to have you come join us.
Okay.
And we are very fortunate to have all of the exams, you know, with all the modalities available here in Callaway as well.
Yeah, and that's something that we try to talk about every time we come here. You know, you've got providers coming in from elsewhere certain days of the week. It's always worth checking. If you need something, you know, you don't need to drive down the road. They're often coming right into town for you, and I think that's a great service that you provide. I know a lot of people take advantage of that, and no one likes to drive on the road longer than they really have to. Right. We either have jobs where we're on the road enough as it is, or we prefer our jobs that don't have us traveling all that much. So if you can just go down to the local hospital and have that quality care, you really prefer that. So thank you for continuing to have that service available. That's big as well. With that celebration that's going on, are you going to have everybody dress up in like some kind of X-ray? You know, you had everyone in pink around town. How do you dress up for that particular celebration, Susie? You seem to be up on that.
Well, we have T-shirts with skeletons on them that we've collected through the years, and so we'll do something.
There you go. Okay. It's kind of, you know, with breast cancer, you can encourage everyone to come in and get their yearly exam and things like that. It's really kind of original in the way that the other things that you're celebrating, you really only come in and get looked at if you need it, right? It's not like, come in, scan your arm, see if it happens to be broken. It doesn't really make sense, right?
Insurance companies would not pay for that.
No, yeah, just getting an X-ray for fun. Okay, well, again, folks, if you're just joining us, we're at the Callaway District Hospital. We're, of course, talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They've got some great information and some great providers here that would love to help you out. Number one message is when you're seeing that pink, it means you should be making a call to your provider, and that provider can be Callaway District Hospital. They've got great staff here that's ready to help you out. They've been taking pictures with everybody across town in pink, and they want to get the message out to you that early detection can save your life. That's the number one thing to remember. So anything else that we need to talk about here before we close out? Any other things? We've got celebrations every 2 weeks. Susie's keeping everybody. Okay, that's message number one. Come in and get your breast exam, get your mammogram. Those are the main messages. Both good things to remember, not only now, but whenever. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, and congratulations again on the recognition.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, if that is what we accomplished, hopefully, if we get 5 or 10 people to make that call over the next week, I think we will have done our mission here this morning, right?
Yes, that'd be great. Yes.
Great. Well, Dave, we'll send it back to you from the Callaway District Hospital. Again, folks, give them a call. They've got pamphlets. They've got pink pens. They've got everything to remind you to go and get your mammogram during this month of October. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Jeremy. Great remote. Hello to Callaway at the district hospital there. A whole bunch of good folks. Appreciate the time they've taken to talk to us about a very important recognition as Breast Cancer Month, Awareness Month. Brent, we have one last thing we need to do. We didn't get the game played.
We did not, no.
And it's brought to you by Tumbleweed.
Yep, Tumbleweed Day.
And just kind of trying to put together the small animal farm that I'd like to see on the west side of Brent's house, right along the children's daycare for their enjoyment. And we've been talking about guineas and donkeys and different animals. All I really need is a call at 872-2801. Maybe another idea for another type of animal for Brent's Animal Farm. So just call me at 872-2801. Let me know what kind of animal you might like to see at Brent's place when we get that little animal show going. 872-2801.
The Tumbleweed Cafe is not the Tumbleweed Cafe of 10 years ago. If you haven't already, swing through the drive-thru with ready-to-go meals or call ahead. Of course, daily specials and a Sunday buffet as well. They're excited to announce that Tumbleweed's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill is officially open. Head to the west side of the Tumbleweed 7 days a week from 5 to 10 p.m. and later on Broken Bow game nights. Nightly specials, delicious sports bar food, and drinks await. The Tumbleweed Cafe and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill in Broken Bow.
All right, we have a caller on the line. I did not get a chance to preview our caller, so good morning. Who are we talking to?
Good morning, this is Jim.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, and you?
Oh, real good. Jim, we have a tumbleweed meal here for you as a certificate that we'll have here for you because you are a winner for calling in. What we would like to know is what would you like to add to the animal farm at Brent's place?
Oh, I heard Drew say there was camels this morning. Elephant would be okay.
Oh, man. Oh, my.
Well, gosh, that would be so cool, Jim. If we could get an elephant, that would be really something. So,
yep.
A camel or an elephant?
Yep.
Okay, Jim. Thanks for the call. We have a certificate to the tumbleweed here for you, tumbleweed meal. Stop and see us.
Okay. I was wondering on them camels, wonder if there's any Arabs with those camels.
Well, these are sandhill camels, so we're thinking maybe not. Drew saw them out in the sandhills, so I think they're probably might have a cowboy on them.
Yep, that could be. Yep.
Thanks, Jim.
Maybe one of them's Drew's, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks for calling.
Yep, thank you. Have
Take care. All right, there you go, Brent.
Oh, yeah.
An elephant would be super good. A camel? I may as well hope for a zebra. Sounds like a circus.
You're turning it into the Henry Dorley Zoo in the Midwest or in central Nebraska.
Well,
oh my!
You know, it's all about growing the community, Brent.
Oh yes.
Real quick, sports. What do we got going?
Yes, real quick. We'll just tell you what's going on tonight. We're going to be in Loop City for a area volleyball triangular. Arcadia Loop City being joined by SEM and Twin Loop tonight. We'll have 3 matches, best 2 out of 3 sets in all 3. First match is scheduled for 5. You can listen to them on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. We also plan to do the live video stream, too, so you can watch them through sandhillsexpress.com.
All right, thank you very much. Also want to make a quick note here. Tonight is the Rotary Pints for Polio at Kincaid's from 5 until 8 p.m., and tomorrow in Dunning from noon until 5:30, there'll be a blood drive at the school tomorrow. That's the breakfast show for today, and exciting things happening here in the community with all the different things that are happening. Plus, the possibility of an animal farm, an
There's
animal
no
show.
There is no possibility.
At Brent Apperson's place. It's going to be fantastic.